everyone, my name is Python and welcome back to the 40th episode of Python's World. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. A massive thank you again for the support in the last episode, and there's something I want to address in just a bit, but before we get into that, I did sadly completely forget about the comment question of the video in the last video. I did actually have it written out, but I just completely forgot to go ahead and read it, so I apologize profusely for that. So let's go and start off with episode 39 comment question of the video, which comes from Brandon Cooper, who says this: "Hey Python, I think it would be a good idea to maybe make some sort of armory or weapons workshop. By the way, love your vids." I really enjoy that idea because, you know, we're going to be getting ourselves an absolute ton of mob armor from our skeleton and or zombie grinder, so it'll be a nice way to go ahead and start displaying some stuff. So I think that'd be really nice. And weapons workshop, yeah, we can make some sort of smithy kind of build. Maybe that'll be something we do in the industrial district. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but that's a really good suggestion there, buddy. Thank you very much. Now, what I wanted to address is the fact that the snapshots, the recent snapshots, 18W19A and B, they both completely break this world, which is why, as you can see currently, I am still on 18W16A, because this is the latest snapshot that actually works with this world. Now, according to the Mojang employees, who, by the way, were actually in contact with me regarding this very thing, there is a brand new snapshot coming out, 18W19C, I imagine it's going to be, which will indeed fix worlds from 16A, which is the snapshot we're on now. Apparently, the B snapshot fixed loading worlds from snapshots before this one, 16A, but the 16A worlds just flat out still didn't work. So yeah, apparently there is a new fix coming out very shortly. So all is well. But even then, you know, I back up my world after every single episode is recorded for the simple fact that, yes, these are snapshots and therefore, you know, they're very unreliable. So, you know, let that be a testament to the fact that, oh, hey, these are snapshots. They're going to be extremely unreliable. And yeah, for those of you guys who are playing along or you're playing snapshots, then, you know, bear that in mind. If you're on a world that you actually care about, for goodness sake, after every session, just back up your worlds, okay? Just back up your worlds. In today's episode, what I'd really like to do is I'd actually really like to try and make a pathway going from the industrial district round to Flora Valley, because we don't have one yet. We don't have a connecting pathway. Now, there's actually two pathways we could probably make. The first of which, I mean, they both involve making bridges, but the first of which involves making a bridge here, going over to that mainland there, and if we were to have a little bit of a fly up here, what you guys are going to notice is there's like a bit of a shoreline here. We can wrap it around all the way and then wrap it around here. This is the valley which Flora Valley resides in. And of course, we also need to make ourselves a bit of a build for the entrance into the grinder. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm pretty sure the quickest way of us making an entrance to the grinder is just by dropping in, like quite literally. Like if we just have some water on top of some signs, that will negate full damage, and therefore it's a super quick way of us getting down to the spawner. So I think that'd be a really cool idea. But yeah, all right guys, so check it out. We've got a little temporary bridge here just so we can get across. Obviously this isn't the final product. I mean, come on, it looks absolutely atrocious, doesn't it? So as you can see, since the last cut, I've gone ahead and I've tried to mark out where the pathway is going to be going, and we're showing all the bends here. Like for the most part, we're sticking right next to the shoreline here. And talking about this place here, we could probably go ahead and make this place look a lot better, to be honest with you guys. Like, first of all, I think it'd be a nice idea to make the little riverbed slash lake bed all one material. Maybe we could put some lights in there, put some wildlife, put some seagrass, kelp, all that kind of stuff down there. I mean, at the moment, it looks a bit drab, a bit dreary. I mean, this is still technically a flower forest biome, which is why there's no naturally occurring seagrass, because that spawns in river biomes and oceans and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, back to the pathway. It sort of meanders around here, and then it goes up this hill, sort of to the side a little bit, and then it meets up with the entrance to Flora Valley. Now, of course, we need to try and figure out some sort of block palette, like a universal block palette for our pathways in this world. I mean, yeah, we could potentially just use path blocks, but at the same time, I think it'd be a nice idea to actually put some really nice amount of effort into these pathways. So I'm talking like brown concrete powder, maybe some podzol, coarse dirt, all those kinds of things, and then maybe put some leaves and little bushes all over the place. Alright folks, so on the topic of future projects and sort of planning things out, I think it'd be a nice idea to jot down some signs for things that I want to do in future. Let's start off with this thing right here, which as you can see is a cave entrance with a cow in it. Maybe what we could do here is make this into like an official mine shaft, like try and make it into sort of a sort of more enhanced abandoned mine shaft kind of deal. You know, not make it abandoned. That's the whole point, basically. So, yeah, maybe what we do, I'm going to go and chuck down one of these here, and then we'll chuck down a sign. So, future mine shaft project. Yeah, that sounds like a cool idea. So that's something to add to the old list. We've got ourselves like a pretty nice amount of space here. And what I was considering doing here is making a bit of a fishing shack. I mean, we're right next to the river / lake, and I feel like it'd be a nice idea to do this thing. So why don't we go ahead and chuck down another sign right here, and then this could be future fishing shack project. There we go. You see, we're sort of putting down visual representations as to, you know, visual reminders, should I say, as to what we're going to be doing in future. It might be a good idea to put down torches as well, just so we can see them. So, yeah, so, you know, as opposed to just trying to remember what we're doing, it might be a nice idea to actually put these things down. Maybe somewhere we can make like an ideas board or an ideas shack or something like that. We've got ourselves a very, very large area here as well. I'm not entirely sure what to make this into. I mean, I don't know, for some reason I can vision some sort of like slums market or something, like a traveling market here. Like if we go ahead and cover up all of this cave entrance here, I mean obviously we're going to have a mine shaft anyway, we could potentially make ourselves a bit of a traveling sort of thing. I don't know, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do it. I'm talking like Jancy, I've seen him do it a couple of times, and I think it's a really, really cool idea. Just have yourself a bit of a traveling salesman area, traveling merchants. Oh, hang on. Boom! Get out of here, son. Right, so let's place down another one of these here, and yeah, future traveling merchant project. I can't even fit it all on. All right, fantastic. And probably one more, we've got the Future Origin Monument Project. Origin, of course, being 00, and this little 2x2 area up here is indeed 00. If we were to just head up and stand on top, if we can, there we go, there you see, 00. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. I really, really like the fact that Flora Valley is pretty much near 00, because it's always an easy, you know, navigational aid, isn't it? Just head to 00, and boom, you're pretty much at Flora Valley. So, yeah, not bad. Okay, so we've gone ahead and marked out 4 future projects, so that means that, you know, we've always got something to do in future, at the very least, which is always nice, because, you know, it adds longevity to this world, doesn't it? And that's really, really nice. It's a nice feeling to know that, oh, hey, there's actually quite a lot of stuff we could potentially do on this world still, so yeah. Alright folks, so you remember that Silk Touch book we got in the last episode? Well, check it out. It's now on a diamond axe. One of the ones that we had stored up from our End City strip quite a few episodes ago. So this one here, I mean, I would go ahead and combine them, but sadly I don't have the levels to do so. But that would be a nice axe to have. Efficiency 5 on Breaker 3 Silk Touch. Now obviously the only way this could possibly be better is by it having mending. So, you know, trying to get a mending villager is definitely becoming more and more of an objective that I really want to try and achieve, man. So I just came to the realization of something. I don't have any cocoa beans yet in this world, ladies and gentlemen. We are yet to find a jungle biome, and therefore we have no access to brown dye and therefore brown concrete. So for now, we're going to have to go ahead and go without brown concrete. Anyway, what am I doing? I'm trying to go and make some of this. There we go. Boom. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Lots and lots of coarse dirt. So we've got gravel, coarse dirt. We've got a bunch of podzol, and we've also got ourselves a bunch of wood. Now, my idea is the actual pathway. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my word. Okay, I saw you. Out the corner of my eye, I did see you, buddy. Go on, get out of here. Boom! Get wrecked. We're going to make a bit of a start on the pathway here. Now, my intention is to use spruce planks as the actual pathway itself, and then we sort of sprinkle in the coarse dirt podzol. We could put the leaves up as sort of a loose wall, if you will, and then put some vines all over the place as well. So, Why don't we go ahead and make a bit of a start, shall we? We'll start off with a bit of a cross-section of land. Let's say this piece of land right here, like going up to where the eventual bridge is going to be. And then from there, we can hopefully get ourselves a good idea of what the place is going to look like. And then from there, we should be able to, you know, pretty easily replicate the pathway all over the place. Anyway, so let's go and make a start, shall we? So the reason why I've got both slabs and regular planks, the regular planks, of course, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Maybe we could just do something like this. For some reason, I was thinking, you know, if we did incorporate path blocks, then maybe we'd be able to see the underside. But actually, that's just dumb, isn't it? Because, yeah, we won't be able to see them. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's continue on. So we're going to start off by digging out a bit of a pathway kind of thing. And then we're going to fill it in with planks. And then from there, we'll hopefully be able to get ourselves a nice looking thing. Alright, so we've got a very, very basic looking pathway here. It's looking a little bit drab, a little bit dreary. So how about we go ahead and spruce it up a little bit? Spruce wood? I'm sorry. Anyway, so why don't we go ahead and start by randomly taking out some of the blocks at the side. We want to continue having the wood in the middle as, you know, the quintessential pathway itself. But I think it'd be a nice idea to go ahead and dot in some different blocks here and there as well, just to give it a little bit more character. So let's go ahead over here and yep. All right, so we got ourselves a nice amount of little holes going on here. Maybe I pick up these slabs as well, because all slabs are sacred, my friends. All slabs are sacred. That's the one thing I want you guys to take away from this episode as a lesson learned. Anyway, so let's begin by putting in some podzol around the place. Very, very randomly. We're not going to be going ahead and going overboard with this, but at the very least, I want to have a little bit of variation. Now, in addition to that, what could be a nice idea is if we go ahead and start placing in some coarse dirt, because obviously coarse dirt is a pretty nice block to use. It's sort of universally accepted as just a good block to use, isn't it? And then maybe in addition to that, we can maybe start placing in some path blocks, because again, that's sort of a brown. It's a lighter brown, but it's still a brown, isn't it? So let's put one in there, and let's put one in the hole there, and we'll also put one in here as well. So, you know, even just doing that has made this place look a little bit more interesting. Now, of course, there's a lot more we could do with this, you know, by sort of transitioning the brown into the green of the grass here. So maybe what we do is start digging out some more around the place, and we could even, you know, make it come over to here. Let me go ahead and grab out some of this so we can prevent the water from, you know, going into places and damaging things. So let's go ahead and just put that in there, and then let's get back to actually decorating this thing. So again, we could have like a variation of different blocks and whatnots, and I think by doing this, we'll be doing this place a favor. I honestly do believe that. So let's continue on. All right, so how's it looking so far? Now, it's looking a little bit wide at this point, so I think what might be a nice idea, I mean, as you may have noticed, we're working on this side particularly. What I'm kind of thinking is maybe what we could do is start placing some leaves upon some of these blocks, so we could sort of, in air quotes, give it a wall. Ah, dang it, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that, man. I meant to keep that as a path block. So there you go. All right, and then maybe one there as well. And that's looking pretty decent. Maybe what we could even do is make some of these double tall, just to give it a little bit more height variation. You see, that's not looking bad, is it? That is not looking bad. I feel like what could also be a nice little addition around here would probably be cobblestone walls. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves out a crafting table. I feel like I put one down nearby. But, oh, it's right there. Well, we now have another one. That's completely pointless, Python. Well done, you nincompoop doofus. Anyway, so let's go and make this a little bit more interesting. Maybe we could start putting in some cobblestone walls around the place. Very, very randomly. Again, loosely making this into a wall. You know, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? It's looking pretty good so far. I'm thinking maybe we could put one there as well. Does that work? Or maybe we should just, like, not have one there? Yeah, we could probably put some long grass there instead. I feel like that could work pretty nicely. Let's put one here as well. And yeah, it's looking pretty decent. It's looking pretty decent, isn't it? Alrighty, guys. So I picked up some long grass. I've bone mealed some and placed some down. And as you can see, you know, this side is starting to look really, really nice now. Like, I really like the variation of colors that we've got going on here. We've got all of the browns for the pathway, and then we've got a culmination of grey from the cobblestone walls, and of course the green of the nature itself. Now, there's one thing I have considered, and that is the fact that, you know, this is still a flower forest biome, right? So, I mean, is there any harm in me placing down some little flowers here and there, just as a bit of a nod to the fact that this is a flower forest biome? I mean, I don't see much issue with it. But in addition to that, what could also be a nice idea is if we place down sugarcane, right? Because this is right next to the, you know, it's right next to the ocean, isn't it? Or right next to whatever this may be. So, yeah. Alright, guys, you want to see a really, really cool trick that you can now do in 1.13? If you go ahead and waterlog some of these slab blocks, they will actually count as a water source. So check this out. I can place that right there. Or even, if I really wanted to, I could also place it right here. Because these are officially classed as water sources, they will still work next to sugarcane. That's really, really cool. I really, really like that, actually. That's a super, super cool feature because it allows me to have a little bit more creative freedom with this. And I don't know about you guys, but I rather enjoy it when I have creative freedom. But yeah, guys, check this out. We've managed to decorate this really quite nicely. Well, at least I feel like it's decorated quite nicely. I'm just in the process of just trying to finish off a couple bits and bobs here. So let me just grab myself another bit of grass here. I'm going to place you in there. And then I'm going to grab a cobblestone wall, and I'm going to put it... I'm actually going to put it right here. Why not? We can go ahead and replace that block. But yeah, guys, check it out. So, we've, you know, just picture the scenario. So, we've got our bridge going on here. Going across the bridge. We're on our way to Flora Valley. Oh, look at this pathway. Isn't that nice? One thing I've also tried to do, I'm not entirely sure if I've been successful in this or not, is I've also tried to make it wide enough so we can maybe try and take a horse along here, right? So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. So, we've got our horse, and now the time has come to actually give this thing a go. So, can we run all the way through? Oh, hang on a minute. Alright, that's just because that's 1 block tall and horses could go up 1 block, right? So, let's continue on. Looks like we can go around here. Not bad. I mean, yeah, I think for the most part, we're just going to be bumping into all of the various leaves and all the different elevation differences. But all in all, I think this is indeed horse-friendly, which is really, really cool. Now, obviously, in addition to that, I'm going to have to go and make a little horse hole here, just so you can't get out. Hey, buddy! Hello! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man, I am. I just want to be able to keep you safe, alright? For the longest time, he was living in the little cave system that was, like, over there next to the industrial district. So, yeah. It's nice that we finally have him in a you know, central spot. But anyways, yeah, we've got ourselves a mini entrance going into the eventual mineshaft project here, and I've sort of stopped the pathway dead here because, of course, I want to be able to make a bridge going over to the industrial district itself. So, I mean, all that's left to do now is replicate this pathway design along the entire path. And blimey O'Reilly, is this going to take a while? So, I don't know, man. I'm prepared to put in the time. So, I don't know, man. Maybe we could do this in the form of a first-person time-lapse. I don't even think we've done one so far this series. So, let's get some blocks, and let's get some blocks placed down. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that little mini time-lapsey type thingy. I mean, do let me know if you want to see some more little time-lapses like that. I mean, it's not very often I do them, mostly because I don't really have the time to, but, you know, maybe every now and again I could squeeze one in, just to show you guys a bunch of progress being made without, you know, me actually talking, I guess, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just in the process of adding in the finishing touches, just a few vines here and there, nothing too crazy. We're just randomly scattering scattering them around. Maybe we go a little bit more sparse over here. I'm not entirely sure. It's just going to be completely random until we run out, which is going to be very, very shortly at this point. So 5 more, 4, we'll put 1 here, 3, 2, and then let's have 1 down there, and the final one, let's say there. Why not? And I'll put a leaf up there as well. Alright, so guys, there we go. We now have the pathways in place, and boy oh boy, is it looking good. I wish I could fly so I could show you guys just how good this looks. But as you can see, yeah, we got the blocks, we got all of the blocks and from the block palette and all that kind of stuff, and everything's looking good. If you haven't noticed already, I've kind of got the yellow dandelions on one side of the pathway, and then we've got the red poppies on the other side of the pathway, so that's kind of cool. We've got some hidden light sources in the form of glowstone underneath the leaves every now and again, and just all in all, I think this is looking very, very nice. I think it'd be a nice idea. In fact, what am I on about? Can't fly. I've got the freaking elytra, Python. You numbnuts. Right, here we go. So if I just pop up here. Oh, look at that. That is not bad at all, is it? The fact that it just meanders through this forest here. I mean, obviously, I need to put some trees back in. I did that just for the sake of visibility and getting around a bit easier. But I'd like to make that all forested again. But all in all, this is a very, very nice looking area. And obviously, we've got our final test here. Let's grab our horse and let's see what we can do. So we're just casually strolling along the pathway. Everything is looking good. We can still walk all the way through. Okay, and up we go into the forest itself. Hopefully we won't actually get caught in anything. I mean, it's looking good so far, isn't it, guys? Hey, look at that. Nice one. All right, we've got ourselves a horse-friendly pathway. Not bad at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think on that successful and awesome note, we're going to go ahead and end this particular episode here. Now, obviously, guys, if you want to send in your hints, tips, suggestions, and feedback for any builds or anything I've done in today's episode, please do let me know in the comments area below. And I've just remembered we need to do today's comment question of the video, so let's just quickly do that from Justin Hackbath, who says, you can only get 1 head per charged creeper. Only zombie, skeleton, creeper, and wither skeleton skulls are possible. Okay, awesome. I appreciate the insight. Thank you very much. And I can confirm that via the Minecraft wiki as well. That is the case. So all of you, well, I think they toned it back. I think originally you could get like more than 1 head per charged creeper explosion, you know, depending on how many mobs you had around you. But I think they nerfed that for a main release. But in a snapshot, I'm pretty darn sure you had the ability to get multiple heads per time. So yeah, but again, I appreciate the insight. Thank you very much. So we'll know what to do in future if we want to get ourselves like a skeleton head or something else like that. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please do be sure to drop a big fat thumbs up. It would really mean the world to me if you did. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you ding that bell as well if you don't want to miss out on future content, my friends. And that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.